Think about the heart as the heart of your being. What does the heart of your being want you to do? How does it want you to act? How does it want you to go about in this life? What service are you going to be providing that will bring the most evolution, harmony, love, peace, and joy into your life? This video is about following your heart and why when you follow your heart, everything else follows. You will become fulfilled, you'll become joyous, and you'll be peaceful with every action that you're taking, and you will know that you are being guided and led to the right places in life. First, let's talk about the desires of your heart. Whenever I'm talking about the desires of your heart, I'm meaning what can you do or what do you want to live your life centered around that will bring you the most fulfillment, the most peace, the most joy and harmony in your life, and walking that path that is your highest potential, that path that leads you to the highest state of evolution and growth in your life so you can become the most evolved soul that you were meant to become while you were here. Following your heart doesn't just mean following this physical organ. It has an aspect of that because our heart is very wise and loving and compassionate. But think about the heart as the heart of your being. What does the heart of your being want you to do? How does it want you to act? How does it want you to go about in this life? What service are you going to be providing that will bring the most evolution, harmony, love, peace, and joy into your life? Now, this may seem very daunting in the beginning, especially because our society is so focused on whenever you become 18 to 20, we like to push our young ones, our younger generation, just straight out into the world and to let them just figure it all out, right? We like to put them into college after 18. They need to figure out their career decision, their life path that they're going to be taking all at once, and they need to commit to one thing, and that's their path, right? They want to become an engineer, or they think they might want to become an engineer, so they go through schooling for 4 years, or they think they want to become a doctor. But we also have to realize that a lot of these decisions are being shallowly acted upon because of money. And our society is so geared around income, money, and gain that this pollutes and dilutes the actual desires of our heart. Because whenever we're actually following our heart, following our soul, following what brings us peace, purpose, and joy in this life, then the money isn't as important. Money doesn't bring you peace in life. It doesn't bring you joy. It doesn't bring you fulfillment. It only creates a means to what we think is an end, but in actuality is furthest from that. It's the furthest thing from the truth, and most of the time it's actually a distraction, because now you have money, you put yourself into situations and buy things and put yourself in debt because you think that's going to bring you happiness because you're not fulfilled in your job, and then you come to realize that the more you're putting yourself into debt, the more things that you're trying to fill this hole in your heart is never going to work. And that's not how it works. So following your heart, let's skip this whole stage of having to go through a midlife crisis, of having to go through 4 years of our life, 10 years of working a career to only come to realize and to actually admit to ourselves that we aren't happy, and that's actually the furthest thing that we would have chosen to do if we had the freedom to walk into a life authentically that actually truly represents our heart's desires and authenticity of our soul. We're going to be talking about how you can get to those steps of walking your highest path in life and sharing the gifts of your soul so you can be the most influential, the most effective person or being that you came here to be. So first, I'm just going to share a story about what this looked like in my life and how following my heart even in the way that may not have been the ultimate desire that I wanted to fulfill, has led me to so much joy, to happiness, to success, and to so much fulfillment, even though I'm not even to the pinnacle of what I really want. So later we're going to be going into about the steps, but this is how this can look like for you. So whenever I went through my first spiritual awakening, my first conscious revolution, my first introspective reframing of my life and stepping away from this societal, you must go to college, you must have a job that does this and earn a certain amount of money and do this society frame that's going to make you happy. Whenever I stepped away from that and I really decided to reflect and to connect to myself and to see what was making me happiest, I found that at my core, I wanted to help people. I wanted to share the same healing, the same insights and wisdom that I gathered along my path, and changing from these preconceived notions of what we should be doing and actually following my heart and following my own intuition and my own guidance instead of what I was told and the norms of society, right? The societal norms. So that truest desire was to help heal people, to help guide people, and to help grow them, and to help them be able to experience the level of being that I was stepping into. That's my truest passion. Now, whenever I was younger, I really knew that I wanted to do some type of YouTube, some type of online influencing, some type of sharing. And I still know to this day that that is my deepest core that I want to fulfill. And I don't think that is the means to an end, but that is one of my largest goals, is to be doing what I'm doing right now on a larger scale to help impact mass amounts of people in ways that I couldn't do with just talking to someone in person. Now, at the time, I felt like I was an imposter. I felt like I didn't have the skills or the experience or the credibility to be able to share these types of gifts that I had within my life. And I can admit to myself now that I had a sort of imposter syndrome, and I held myself back, and I don't know if I was ready for it. And that maybe I would have been ready if I would have fully stepped into that and had the confidence and did a little bit more shadow work and really just trusted fully. But I still decided to follow my heart. So I decided to take some time to reflect more and to allow the universe to bring to me what that can look like in a way that I can manage to do now, and to not feel overwhelmed or to feel like an imposter, right? And so I hiked the PCT, and I went on this journey of just self-reflection and kind of soul searching, and I eventually got led down the path of massage therapy, because I always loved putting my hands onto someone and being able to take them out of pain. And I was always fascinated by that fact, and I didn't know enough about it, and I would have loved to have learned more from an elder or someone who could guide me down that path, but I never was able to. So after I got off trail, I decided to go to massage school, and I felt like this was very aligned with who I was as a person, because there's so many opportunities that could come from that. It's not just massage that I could do, even though massage is so effective in its own ways, but I could get so much continuing education. So I decided to do that, and I love being able to help people relax, help people de-stress, help people get out of pain from tension patterns, and to also be able to influence people just by being in their presence and being able to talk to them and sharing my knowledge and having the opportunity to open that door to share my knowledge with them. And throughout my years of being a massage therapist, I'm now trained in manual lymphatic drainage and craniosacral therapy, which is more going on to the energy work. And I love doing craniosacral therapy. And I think that this hands-on approach will be in my life for a long time. And I'm so thankful that, life has put me into this direction, because now I'll be able to use this for long periods in my life. I want to be able to put my hands on the people and take them out of pain whenever I'm working with them, and being able to help them in a really effective way. And then I became a holistic lifestyle coach, a Czech practitioner, and that includes holistic lifestyle coaching and integrated movement science. So I help people become their healthiest version of themselves, put them on the path to achieving their goals, to achieving their dreams, and also to let their body become free, to not have limitations of movement and pain in their life. And the limitations of that is almost endless, and I love it so much. And I don't know if I would ever have become either of those if I didn't decide to follow my heart in this way. And maybe I didn't follow it in the most supreme way, but now I have these two beautiful educational pieces that I can really help influence people with. And that is leading now to, and I do that currently as a full-time living. I do massage therapy, craniosacral therapy, and coaching. And it is ultimately accumulating to now I have the confidence and the passion and the desire and the drive to be able to confidently put myself on camera and to be able to talk about certain things. And this is what is truly going to make me the happiest, I feel like, is being able to offer this type of service to people. And it may not be the end of the road, but I'm finally here. And that's the whole point. Whenever you're following your heart, everything else begins to fall in place. It may not look like the exact end goal that you desire or can think of, but the final dream that you're trying to achieve in life doesn't just happen overnight. It happens over time, and I think it also comes through an initiation stage and phase of your life, because you have to prove to your soul, your inner being, that you're willing to do the work. And if you're not willing to start the work now, then you probably have a lot to let go of and a lot to work on now to get to the point to actually embodying that person that you desire to become the deepest within yourself. So trust your heart, follow your heart, do whatever steps you need to do to get to that ultimate stage. It's a process, it's a journey, it's not a destination. It's going to change over time, and it's going to evolve over time as well. So how are you going to distill getting to that place? Well, the first thing I can recommend you to do is to write a list of things that bring joy, fulfillment, purpose, and happiness to your life. Doesn't matter if that's a hobby, some type of thing you love to do, and then also write things that you love to offer to other people, services that you can give to people that make you happy, ways that can also earn some income that make you happy. I remember I have an entrepreneurial spirit, and I remember I was first starting off with making soaps and candles and making then I wanted to sell stuff on Amazon, and then I was doing eBay, and then moral decisions came in there, and these were all steps to the process, because I learned so much in that time that now I'm an excellent business owner, and I created a huge business with my partner in a very fast way, because we had so much skills that we previously knew and harnessed before. And so write down a list of all the things that make you happy, all the things that bring you joy, all the things that you love to do, things that you do now that make you happy. And then distill those into an even finer list that's even more focused and more harnessed into what could be a potential of what you really want to do. Find a principle, a value that you have on how you want to provide love and service to the world. What does that look like? For me, it was healing people. What does it look like for you? Maybe it's feeding people. Maybe it's helping fix things for people. Maybe it's inspiring people, motivating people, teaching people. Find some type of core value that you feel will bring you desire and happiness, and distill that even more. What could that look like? What are the options of what that can look like for you? Now, continue to do this until you feel like something is resonating with your heart. And the best way you can feel what's resonating with your heart is to think about it, ponder it, reflect it, and then feel the feeling that you have inside. Don't think about it. Feel inside. Does it feel draining, or does it feel uplifting and liberating? That's an amazing tool you can use for almost all of your life. It's, does it feel like I'm getting tired? Does it feel like I'm bogged down? Does this make me feel not the best? Or does it make me feel uplifted, give me energy, make me feel great? And that's a great way you can really test if something is right for you. And then the last step is to pray about it. Ask for guidance, ask for direction, ask for any type of insight that can guide you towards your most authentic way of life. Ask for healing, ask for intuition and wisdom, and what you can do now, currently, to put you towards a greater path of evolution, of purpose, of love and harmony with all. And the last part would be trust. That's the biggest thing with prayer is ask and you shall receive, but you have to know that that is coming to you. Don't be doubtful. Have no doubt in your mind. Know that you are being guided and led to exactly where you are meant to be, because at the end of the day, that's where we're always going, is exactly to the place that we're meant to be. It's just whenever we're in the present, we don't realize that. We always make it to the end of the journey, no matter how long it takes us. But every decision we make eventually leads us to the end of the road, even though there is no end. But I hope you guys liked that video. Try out some of these tips if you haven't already really distilled and you're kind of in this phase of trying to figure out what really is going to bring you the most harmony, happiness, and love in your life, purpose, peace. And I hope you guys like that. Let me know what you think of the video. Leave a comment, like the video, and I pray that you all have an amazing, blessed day. And I'm praying for your success on your evolutional journey of finding your deepest purpose, love, and harmony in your life. Peace, love, blessings, and light.